What's going on, everybody? It's Q Jackson, host of BLK Talk, and I'm back with another amazing episode. And of course, I'm bringing you guys a special guest. Today, we are bringing you guys Cam Christian, one of our culture's favorite country stars. He's coming to us to talk about his new music, talk about his journey, and everything country. Maybe everything country, everything country, everything culture.
There you go.
But we're gonna be informed. We're gonna be entertained. Cam, welcome to BLK Talk.
Appreciate you having me, man.
How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling great. God is good. Listening to some Smokey Norfolk on the way here, so
Wow.
that's why I sat in the car a little longer. I'm like, let me finish this.
Did
one
you
out.
cry?
Nah, not quite, not yet.
You know what? Smokey always has a song on each project, one or two, that if I hear it, them tears are just gonna flow.
He doing his job, man.
And I love it.
Yes,
Have you ever had the opportunity to meet him?
No, not yet. No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make that happen. But anywho, we're talking about you now.
Yeah.
So life has been life in a good way.
Literally, too.
You released some music recently. You produced other things in this world.
Right, okay. Glad he left the door open for me. He was like, I ain't gonna tell nobody business.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, life is life, and quite literally. I just recently just had a baby girl. More important.
Congratulations, he's a girl dad.
Girl dad, yeah. Kobe type vibe. But yeah, Cleo May is her name. So we talking earlier about where that May came from. Just wanted to pay homage to my grandmother, Johnny May. So that's where that May came from, Cleo.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful experience to say the least. But you know, a lot of folks just had this stipulation, and I fell into it just about having a baby and it being your first one.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just talk all the negative things, but it's like, ain't nobody telling me nothing positive. Like, you ain't gonna get no sleep, you ain't gonna do this and that. But I'm just like, none of that matters. Not just like when you see her and you hold her and you smell her. You just like,
that baby smell.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh.
I've sacrificed my sleep for way less important things. So
But Cleo May is very important.
Yeah,
so
for
he's
sure.
willing to sacrifice that sleep for it.
Yeah, for sure. So that's been a real good experience. She's 2 weeks into this world, so so emotions is still flowing. Everything is still new. So yeah, I mean, I'm just excited about what's to come from her. So I'm gonna let her live her life. I ain't gonna be one of those dads and be like, "Now you're gonna do what I want you to do," but trying to find that balance.
Honestly, though, like out of all the projects that you have birthed or produced into this world, of course, this one is like the most important for you.
Of course.
Like, how many times have you just looked at her and been like, "Damn, I did that. We did."
Nah, it's it's unreal still. It's like I'm just like. I just be looking at her, I just be asking, I would be like, you really out here? I'm just like, you really got toes and a brain. I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, I'm just like, you really, a seed. I'm like, you started from a seed. So yeah, it's just a beautiful representation of like, just life in general and what God does for us. So like, I'm super grateful, still amazed by it. It's like the greatest accomplishment that I will ever do.
Now, I know a song is going to come from this
For
in
sure.
the next couple of years. I mean, you got, a song to God, you got a song to your mama out here, I know one is going to come from this.
Yeah.
But let's back it up a little bit. So you are our favorite.
Yeah, Atlanta's favorite country music artist.
Yes.
I'm not sure how many other, I wasn't going to make the claim the only one, because I'm sure I ain't the only one in Atlanta making country music, but it just in my journey of pursuing country, I'm a songwriter first, so I've been writing country music for 10 years, plus years now.
Okay.
And I'm from the deep South country. We talked about where your family's from, where my family's from.
His family from the water, my family's from nothing, nowhere. There's absolutely nothing.
Yeah, the middle of South Carolina. But yeah, it's just been, this is a crazy experience, just being from the South, coming to Atlanta, and then searching for those things. I'm a nature boy. I like to be outside. I like to be in the dirt. And then coming to Atlanta, I'm just like looking for like-minded folks. And there's a lot of folks from the South, but just musically in my career, I just haven't been able to connect with nobody who made country music like that. So it's not a bad thing because I produce, I write my own songs. So like I'm not dependent on nobody to get my sound out. So I'm just like, I feel like I'm in the leaderboard when it comes to country music, but I just think, especially with all the Beyonce stuff and just the rise of black country artists, it's just good to have somebody to support, you know, in your town, in your area. So I just wanted to be that a resource for folks.
So as we know, like for black people, country music, the cowboy lifestyle, like that's not something that is new to us. It's a lot of people out here that have lived that lifestyle far past, you know, the music culture that has recently come out. But then we got Southern soul music now. Now, country music and Southern soul music, what would you say is the biggest difference between the two?
Southern soul is meant to make black folk dance and move and feel. So if you listen to all the country soul artists, a lot of the main ones are from South Carolina right now.
Okay.
Like 803 Fresh,
803
that's
South Carolina.
803 Fresh, all them folk, bro. That's music I grew up on. There's a DJ I grew up on. He's a local, nobody, you wouldn't know him. Maybe, I don't know, I ain't gonna doubt my man. But it's my homeboy's daddy, his DJ Funky Don, right? The Funky Don was, he just DJ my auntie party. My aunt Sheila got every year she do a big birthday party. And if you plan anything where we from and the word get out, I promise you everybody in the town gonna be there. She lived down the dirt road, so if you go to my aunt Sheila's birthday party, whole dirt road is packed full of cars. I don't know how they getting out and into the ditch, parking in the ditch. I'm just like, golly. But the Funky Don was my intro to Southern soul music, because he's playing Cool and Water. He's playing all the classics, and I'm just like, I thought that was black music. I thought that was like, this is R&B. I didn't think it was its own genre. I'm just like, this is just R&B music to me. So growing up, that's instilled in me. I love listening to country music. Other thing about where we from is country music wasn't known as white folk music. It was just as literal as just music from being from the country.
Yeah.
If you're from the country, this is the type of music you make.
Right.
Like, you're not making like Lady Gaga type music, you know, from Alabama. Like, it's crazy. There's probably some out there, but like, it's just like, I'm just a product, or my music style is a product of where I'm from. Of course, I'm influenced by other things, but you know, something.
And we'll talk about those influences, because as I was listening to the music, I was like, oh, okay, I hear it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you said you've been writing for 10 years. Now, when you decided or woke up and was like, you know what, I have a voice, I have passion about this music thing, and I want to pursue it further. What was that conversation like with yourself, you know, from becoming who you were to becoming an artist?
That's a good question. It really came down to, just as a songwriter, I'm trying to get songs on BET. I got a bunch of songs on like TV and Sync, but then I write for other artists, local artists, some bigger artists, and it just got to a point to where I had this huge folder of songs that I just wrote just to write, not for any specific artist, but always in my mind I'm just like, my system was just like, write songs, get them played, write songs, get them played. Then there's this huge folder of just songs that I would try to get placed, and everybody was like, oh, these songs are great, but it was one A&R who told me, this sounds like something that you just need to release. And I was like, oh, damn, okay.
So he had,
and it was something that I had never even thought about, like releasing my own music.
like, was your voice on the demo? Or?
Yeah, I demo a lot of my songs. Even
okay.
if it's for a female, I'm demoing. Sometimes I find another a female artist to sing it, but I just kept getting that response. And these were songs that I loved the most, and they felt the most natural to me. But that was true. Like, I didn't come to the realization until somebody else told me. He was just like, this is a great song, but I feel like it's a great song for you. And at first I took that as like, I'm just like, what you mean? Like, you know, like a little side
to fight,
right? I'm just like, it was like, you know, people reject you in a nice way. I thought it was that, but he was just being honest. He was just like, yeah, I wouldn't know who to place this with. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe this is the song that I need to release then. And I had a folder of songs like this. They were like country. A lot of folks was calling songs that I was pitching like country songs. They was like, oh, this sounds like, we don't really work with country artists. my mind, I'm thinking it's an R&B song. I'm just like, nah, this is for Chris Brown. Or
Yeah.
this was
I mean, you never know. Chris might go in that country direction. Who knows?
That's true. But I think there was, just, when you hear yourself talk, you don't know how you sound. Or when you hear yourself saying, someone else has to tell you what that is.
Yeah.
So just me letting go all ego and just be like, let me stop trying to define who I am. Let me just be. And then the public will decide who I am. Or, whoever vibes with it. But I can't force my narrative like that. I can tell my story, but I can't control my narrative.
And somebody out there is going to connect with it. They gonna play it. They gonna love it. So deciding to go into the country genre, being who you are, coming from those deep South roots, like when you decided to go ahead and do that and accepted that country was where you were in that moment, like how did it feel? Did it feel like home? Did it feel like what you were used to?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was not nerve-wracking, but it just, just not knowing, just that space of not knowing. My first album I dropped was called Palmetto, and it was a handful of like just really good country songs. I put in air quotes because I'm just like, they feel country to me. They're all country inspired, from the production to the songwriting. But they all started as demos. None of those songs on that Palmetto album, I didn't write any of the songs for the album. They were just songs I already had written. And I decided to put more energy and resources into them. And I'm like, let me just get them finished. Yeah, Palmetto, it just felt like home because, obviously Palmetto, this is South Carolina, it's the Palmetto State. But just a collection of songs on there just all felt like me. They felt super genuine from the songwriting to the production. It was a combination of just like traditional guitars and banjos, but then also still had that hip hop feel. It still had that R&B vibe. So I just and then we'll talk about. I don't know if I talk about it. We'll talk about. I was in an EDM group called The Color War, so just having that EDM. Experience in that background and melting it all together. And that was the key to my music. I'm just like, I don't want to make country music that sounds like country music. I want to make like my type of music, and I just wanted to be influenced by all the things that I am. So yeah, man, it's a real cool collection of songs. I got a song on there called "Oh Carolina," so that's obvious. So
it was what,
6 songs, 6-song collection, and they progress. So the story behind it, if you listen to it from front to back, it tells the story. I'm just about it tells my story about being in Atlanta, but then always just having that home and that safe haven of going back to South Carolina. So it starts off with I Need Saving, and that's me in Atlanta struggling, going through life and just not knowing what's what, and trying to be an AT alien, and then just realizing that all my family, all my love is back in Carolina. So going back home, and then the last song is called Thank God I'm Alive, and it's just like I just went through that whole series, and it was like, thank God.
Now, what was the song before that one? Song number 5. This is a very interesting song.
Is it, I can't remember the order. Is it Damn I Do, maybe? It's like a heartbreak song?
Yes.
Oh, Damn I Do.
Because I had never, I've heard a lot of songs about love and heartbreak, but I have never heard something about when you're washing clothes and you go behind the washing track and you're finding clothes from the love of your life that is no longer there.
That's it.
And I'm listening and I'm like, okay. And then I get a reference, because I'm from Cleveland, so of course I'm going to know this reference. I'm like, oh, a little piece of Bone Thugs and Harmony. So I'm like, okay, you're infusing stuff that people are familiar with in these country songs. Like I was listening to 150, and I was like, in the parentheses, I thought it was but it's ooh, and I was listening to that, and I'm like,
you found a reference, and I see,
just be thankful. I said, God damn it, I like it.
So that is a big part of my writing, man. I love to refer back to songs that songs and artists that I'm inspired by. And you know, it's just lines that are just always in your head, always on my
Yeah.
mind. So I'm not like trying to find. Sometimes like when I'm listening to the instrumental, or as I'm building the song, like these melodies that come up, I'm just like, oh, I gotta use that. So that song you're talking about had that line, gonna miss you, gonna miss my. I don't even know the other. But either way, I gotta go listen to it so y'all know. But yeah, it's a reference to Bone Thugs, and that was cool because my oldest brother was a big Bone Thug. My oldest brother, Pun, Aaron. So they call him Pun, yeah. So
That's funny. I have 2 cousins by that name.
okay, see, Big Pun had an influence on folks too now.
Oh no, this was like the original, like back from the 60s and 70s.
Oh damn,
so.
Pun, yeah. So my oldest brother used to be a big Bone Thugs fan. So I was inspired by my oldest brother. My oldest brother was the first one to like not pursue music, but like stand out in our family as just like someone. He was like one of the best freestylers in high school, so he would win all these talent shows and stuff, just rapping and freestyle. You know, he can rap. And that's where I get, you know, I mean, I'm sure we get it from somewhere else. My grandmother was a piano player, but yeah, that line, man, it's just a Bone Thugs reference. Then that 150. I go listen to that too. I ain't gonna give you that one. But yeah, there's a reference in there. I don't even know. I DJ too, so I'm just like, I don't even know if we can talk about him no more.
The person?
No, 150. You talking about the same line?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remind me of my. So I got that from that Kelly.
Oh no, not that. I wasn't talking about him.
Yeah, how about that? That's a whole nother.
It was another reference.
Which one is that? Hold on, remind me.
You're familiar with William Devine? The Just Be Thankful?
No. Oh, you found. You know what's crazy?
Get the heck. Okay, so we're gonna have to cut this. So I'm gonna have to tell him about his music.
Nah, I ain't know.
Really?
So, all right, give it to me.
No, for real. Once we're done, I'm going to give it to you because I'm gonna play the song, and then I'm going to let you. You've heard the song. Everybody has heard the Diamond in the Back.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm about to tell you. My homie DM'd me one time. He was just like, "Yo, I love how you did the such and such." I'm just like, and I was like, "How I did it?" And I was like, well, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I listened to it, and I'm just like, "Oh shit." So, yo, that was serendipitous like that, because I was just like, I guess the song was just embedded in me, because I didn't pull that reference when I wrote that song until my homie told me after I released it.
Wow.
And I'm just like, damn, boy, which is crazy, because I'm just like, you know, I be DJing, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna do a mashup, and then like shut up, and then make it intentional.
It worked.
Nah,
that song is like a good summer day.
Yeah,
like it made me want to go ahead and grab me a big old pickup truck and you know go cruising and stuff. But there's also a line dance to that song now.
Yeah, for sure.
How long did it take you to learn?
It took me like an hour and some change, which is
okay.
That ain't good, cause I taught it to folks. They learned it in 5 minutes. So I'm just like, how y'all getting it this fast? I was like, bro, this is my dance.
You're not a dancer?
Not at all. My expression is in my singing and my production. So, nah, I'm not a dancer at all. I got rhythm, but not waist down. I got good shoulder work.
I saw you. You didn't do bad. I mean, you did well. Now, for you being an artist who has released countless bodies of music, to have a song that now has a dance that people can, you know, stream back and forth, can add to the playlist at family reunions, because it's summertime. It's barbecue season. Hell, I'm having a cookout in a little bit. I might go ahead and throw it on the thing. But like, how does that feel? How does that add to like your musical experience as an artist?
That's a good question. So that's funny, because yeah, like you said, I'm not a dancer. So it was just real cool to just continue to step into things that's uncomfortable for me. So I was proud of myself for just like deciding I want to do it, as much as like I'm deathly afraid to dance in front of people. Like, I'll move. I ain't scared to vibe now. But like do a dance, I really only know the electric slide for real. I can Harlem Shake, I can electric slide.
You know what?
I can throw a little heel toe in there. I know like dances I grew up on because they were just so popular. But I can't just go in there and do a dance like that. So like,
you know what? I used to feel the exact same way because, like, I grew up and we went to church, and you know there were always people, you know, clapping and shouting and praising and stuff like that. And I used to sit there and I'd be like, I know how I'm looking at people. Right. In a judgmenting type of way, and I'm 7, 8, 9 years old, right. And I'm like, if I get up and do the same thing, somebody's gonna be judging me. So I think in my head, as I got older, I'm like, oh, if I start dancing, they gonna pay attention. So I was like that. Yeah, for sure. But yesterday, like, I realized I ain't need no liquor or nothing, Jesus. I'm just like, once you get a groove, once you appreciate a good piece of music, some music will bring you out of that shell that you have tried so hard to stay in. So I'm gonna send you a playlist. Okay? Yeah. And while you're at home, try it at home first before you take it out into the public. You know, you pick up your while you rocking your daughter. You know, add these few moves in these grooves, and then I'm gonna invite you to a party next summer.
All right, man.
Okay. And we gonna see how you feel.
Yeah, man. I just so I mean, it was just real cool, man. I reached out to my buddy Robert Anthony. He teaches line dance classes, and it was random.
He's here.
He lives in Atlanta, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he teaches line dance classes in South Atlanta, but he's an artist as well. But he can dance, he can move, and I've never been to none of his classes. I haven't been to his classes after we created the dance together. I just texted him randomly. It wasn't part of the campaign. It wasn't like, oh, when I do this song, it's gonna have a line dance. The line dance I did didn't come until like it just sprung on me. So as a creative, ideas happen, I had to jump on them, spur the moment like that. And I just texted him. I'm just like, yo, I need a dance. Brother texted me back like 30 minutes with a video. This is what I was feeling right here. Wow. They hit me up a couple of days later. He was like, I switched it up a little bit. And I was just like, all right, let's link up, man. Pull up. Gonna teach me the joint. And we got a tutorial on YouTube of that experience. Cause
we'll put the link below so that y'all can learn it too.
Yeah, so it's a 150 tutorial. You probably can skip to the end to when we actually doing it. It took me a whole hour to learn it, so it's a fun. You have a good time laughing at me. But if you really want to learn it, you can just fast forward to the end when we actually doing it. But yeah, it was just a good time, just to be stepping out of my comfort zone like that, and finally knocking it down and just be like, okay, yeah, I can do it. It wasn't that hard. What's crazy is after I executed, I can't stop doing it, and I want to learn other line dances now. I'm just like, okay, come on, cause I don't know how to do the wobble. I don't know how to do. I learned 3/4
cha-cha slide.
Yeah, I mean I can do. Yeah, I mean.
I was about to say. I mean,
right? He giving you that. I ain't that elementary now. I'm. Yeah, I just done got out my way.
You said 3/4 of boots on the ground.
I know 3/4. That last little dip at the end, I be getting lost.
One little dip. I know 2/3, 2/4. I know half of it.
I know. This is the last little move. I ain't having to try to execute it either. Though. I'm sure I can knock it down.
We gonna figure this out. He gonna learn the rest, and I'm gonna learn the rest too. And we gonna.
And he gonna learn 150.
I absolutely will. I'm gonna learn it before you.
Yeah.
But okay, so earlier you mentioned, of course, being a country boy, you love being in nature.
Yeah.
So you created a community for people who love plants.
Yeah. So, so I have a nonprofit called Plantlanta, and it's really it's for everyone, but our mission is to teach children how to live more sustainably through experiences. So we partner with Fulton County schools and some other local partners to be able to bring those programs directly to the school, so that we treat them like in-school field trips. So we'll come in and take over the school and bring just in a cool cultural way. So when we come in, it's not just the education piece. It has to be hands-on. It has to be experiential. It's got to be music. It's got to be it's got to be fun. It's got to be culturally appropriate. So when I say that, I mean like to connect to the youth, especially the youth in our schools, the schools that we we target and we serve our Title I schools, and Title I schools are just low income schools, schools that don't have a lot of resources. So they don't have a lot of resources or support from the government. So we come in and bring that supplemental support as you know, in those neighborhoods, a lot of black and brown kids, 90% of them, most of them are on reduced to free lunch.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to bring this type of education and experience to these schools that school in Roswell or Alpharetta just has by default.
I love that.
So just trying to even the playing field a little bit. But like I said, all of our instructors and partners, we want to make sure we do we vet them. We don't have to be black, but we would love it if they was, just to make that additional connection to the students.
Now I have, okay, we'll definitely talk about this later, but I have an organization that is focused on providing resources to black male entrepreneurs. And we are actually planning an event for next month. I would love for you to be there. Yeah. But moving forward, like when you do that, I would love to come and chat with these kids about entrepreneurship.
That's
in a
perfect.
Fun way, of course.
Perfect. Now it's funny you say that because our hashtag, our tagline is growing better leaders. So it's more than just the science and the sustainability part about it. We want them. That's why we started at elementary level. Because like you said, planting those seeds. We want them to be. We essentially prepping them to be better leaders for us. Because these kids are going to become. Politicians, they're gonna be our doctors, our decision makers. So we want them to have that good system, that good root system. So they're referring back to it when they're making decisions, and it's not rooted in greed or financial gain. It's rooted in earth. So yeah,
I love that. Now, what else about you maybe the people don't know? Like some of your other interests. We got DJing, we got music. You've created this organization to give back to the community.
I love to hoop, man. I love basketball. That's top of my mind. I love to cook.
Okay.
And in that same vein, I love to eat too. So you got food podcast, get me on there too, man. I can talk food all day too, man.
While you're in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah, while I'm in the kitchen cooking. So I got a little YouTube series called Cam's Kitchen where I'm just in the kitchen doing little DJ mixes and stuff too. So then that's combining my same way I do my music. I'm combining my loves into an entertaining platform. So. And
I love that though. Like I started doing that very same thing a few years ago. Like everything that I am interested in, I'm interested in music. So there's Cue the Music. I'm interested in. My aunt used to say I was like a detective. I was always being nosy about something. So here we have BLK Talk. Yeah. Then there's Quinn Hunger Strikes because I love to eat, I love to cook, and I love to eat other people's food. So anything that I have a passion for, I've created a brand for it. Are you guys going to instill entrepreneurship and things like that in your daughter?
Yeah.
Before she's able to talk. And the reason I ask is a lot of people, before their children are even able to talk, they've already created an LLC, a business, and put the child's face on something.
Yeah.
So are you gonna do that same thing?
Yeah, that's super important for me, man. When we talk about it all the time, me and my partner just talk about just different approaches and things we want to get her involved in, and things we want to introduce her to. And it's really more so for the exposure. We want to expose her to things to where not some dusty ass boy ain't the first one to introduce her to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Your dad ain't gonna be the first one.
So you sound like a daddy already. He only been a daddy 2 weeks.
So she ain't wild by nothing, and none of that material stuff can really phase her. So I just want to be the just still that leadership in her, same way we do with kids in the Plant Atlanta program. Obviously I want to introduce her to music and just all my passions and loves. But obviously I want her to, live her own life too, so she can take any of those and run with it, or she can completely go somewhere else with it.
But she has the option.
Yeah, she just has the option, man. My biggest thing is to make sure, just instill God in herself. I think that's the most important thing I want to instill, because, as much as I can be overprotective daddy and all that stuff, when she get of age, she on her own.
Yeah.
So I thank my mother and father for instilling that in me, because once I got an age, I could have ran, did whatever I wanted to do, but just having God in you is just like, nah, peel it back, brother.
Now,
We don't need to do
did
that.
you have the type of upbringing where your parents allowed you to, try those different talents that you may have had, or were they, kind of like, and you kind of discovered yourself as you got older?
Yeah, my parents gave me a lot of flexibility. And they're still, parents, but they gave me a lot of flexibility, so they wasn't overprotective. If it was something I wanted to do, they were supportive. My daddy was just busy working, so he didn't really, he cared, but he was just like, I ain't getting involved like that. My mom
come bail you out of jail or something like that.
I will say, my mom was the one who introduced me or instilled the love of basketball in us. My mother, yeah, my mother's a less than 5 foot Filipino lady. But she loved basketball. If you don't know anything about Filipinos love basketball and they love karaoke. So, and as you can see, that's where I get my singing love from and my love for sports and Kobe Bryant, man, because I was born in San Diego and we moved out to the South when I was 7 years old. My dad retired from the Navy. He moved us back home where he from. But yeah, man, I used to love the Lakers, just being out in the West Coast. And yeah, so all that stuff I want to instill in my daughter the same way. I latched on to, those things. My mama didn't force us into anything, but I still got that love, to this day. So I just hope, there's something I instill in my daughter and she takes from it, man. I can just imagine how that's going to feel for me when I become, a little grown up.
A little grown up. Wow. So, what do you have coming up? Like, the people can hear, where they can come hear you DJ.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to come stream the music, and when you have an event, they're going to come blow your mind because everybody's going to know the line and dance. Where can people hear you, see you, and support you?
So I do a lot of DJ gigs for the city of Lawrenceville. So I'll be DJing there once a month. It's called Beats on the Street. Pull up down to downtown Lawrenceville if you feel like taking that ride. We're doing a Low Country Family Fest in South Carolina. So what's stemmed as a family reunion. Just, being who I am and who my brothers is. Me and my brother and my daddy is planning this Low Country Family Fest. So it's this festival in the middle of the woods, music festival, almost like a trail ride, but our style.
How far is it from Atlanta?
Ooh, like 3.5.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, ain't not too crazy.
By the time you over it, you'll be pulling over.
Yeah, well, we got some Airbnbs down there, so it's a whole little property, man. We got tiny homes and stuff, so book you a tiny home, stay for the festival. Okay. Have a good little low country time.
When is it?
October 11th.
Maybe I'll start putting.
Not yet, but I'm gonna share it with you.
I'm gonna slide my couple $2 to you for my Airbnb. I want the first one.
For sure. But then I'm also working on a project called We Got Food at the House. And that's gonna be interesting because this is me like really pushing the boundaries. This is really Palmetto was like me, but We Got Food at the House is gonna be like, okay, that's him. So it's more, it's still country inspired. Like the basis is still country music, but I'm like flowing on there. It's a lot more R&B, hip hop driven. If that makes sense. But it's gonna be a good collection of songs. The first song I'm dropping drop next month. I don't got a date for it yet. But it's called If It Ain't One Thing. So yeah, it's gonna be real cool. I'm excited to put it out. So I feel like now I'm confidently Cam Christian.
Okay. Now I have one question.
Yeah.
Prior to you giving us your social media and everything, when it comes to country music and how certain cultures have taken on country music as their own, and when black people have come out, there are very few that they have allowed to be a part of that whole country music scene. When it comes to your music, do you fear not being accepted in that area?
That's actually a question that just came to me like this week. Like it's just a feeling of just like, do I want to be accepted? That was the first question. I'm just like, do I want? It's like that. Is that gonna validate what I'm doing? At first it was like when I was doing the whole Palmetto campaign. That was a big motivating factor. I'm just like, am I? But I just found myself trying to appease too many sides, and I'm just like, I don't need, because if I do that and I try to get acceptance from them, and I play the game and I sound exactly like how they want me to sound, they still probably won't, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm
doing all of that.
I'm gonna do me. But I did have that thought of like I'm just trying to compare my music to what's out there, and I'm just like, I'm sure most artists feel like, nobody sound like me, but genuinely I feel like there's no genre that I fit in, and it was Spotify that told me that. There was a song I released all types of random songs, but it was a song I released, and I'm trying to update my Spotify for artists and all that, and they're telling me one song is a whole different genre that I never heard of, and then I get on tech support and I'm talking to the support team, and they were just like, well, one way you can remedy that is drop more country music, and I'm just like, damn, okay, cool. So they were just like, nah, bro, we going off of what you put out, and like we don't see that, so you're gonna have to do more. Basically, is what they telling me, and I'm just like, I said, taught me a lesson.
Cam Christian, the country.
Tech support taught me a lesson. Then it was like, nah, if you want people to see you that way, put more music out like that. And I'm just like, damn, all right,
okay,
yeah, you told me. Excuse me, brother.
Now, let the people know how they can follow you. When is your next, aside from the event that you just mentioned, the event that I will be trying to make it 3.5 hours from Atlanta to, because I'm hoping to, when I think of Low Country, I think of food. Yeah. So that excites me already. Y'all see I got my boots on, so I'm already ready for the wilderness.
Stay on the ground.
What your social media website, how they can find the music?
Yeah, I know Q gonna drop it in the description, but besides that, Instagram, I'm on there a lot. It's camchristian.mp3. I think that's the only one I memorized. But if you find me there, there's a link in the bio, and all my other links will be there too. So find me there.
Right. Cam, appreciate you so very much.
Appreciate it.
For real. And I appreciate you guys for always tuning in to BLK Talk. We'll be back with another amazing episode very, very, very soon. Alexa, play 150 by Cam Christian.
150 by Cam Christian.
Come on,
from
Alexa,
Apple
get
Music.
this shit together, girl. I like her. Alright, I'm gonna show you one time.
One time.
Or a couple times. Okay, we're gonna go.
You remind me of my 150. Come on with me wherever I go. Them skin tight jeans on the thighs, everything that's blue. She wanna take me down that dirt road.
Now we're gonna face it again, though. This one's right.
Oh, okay.
The same thing?
But I'm gonna have to watch this.
You're gonna have to do this homework. You're gonna have to do this homework, man. Hold on. Here we go. Let's start over. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right foot. Kick, kick, okay, turn.
Oh, turn.
Turn. All right. Right. Step.
I'm gonna learn this.
You're gonna do this
I'm gonna
homework.
learn this. Okay. What?